morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I hope everyone is having a blessed Monday. The sun is out. Go enjoy the sun and stay safe out there. And don't forget, right? Don't forget to put your mask on, okay? For precaution. For precaution. If anyone don't want to believe me, that's on you. But I'm urging you to put your mask on, okay? All right. Let's jump right in. Let's jump right into this topic, right? And I want people to understand this because most people, you never heard this. You never heard this before, right? And I never heard this before. And the reason why I am saying this topic because this topic is really, really, really important, right? We use these titles. We use Israelites. We use Hebrews. You know, those titles came later on from us. It came later on, right? But we use these titles. Israel's, Hebrews. We also use black, African American, Indians. We use all of these titles. All of these titles. We do use these titles. These titles, especially over here in the West. I'm talking about in the West. I'm not talking all over the world, but I'm talking about in the West, the West, the West. Actually, yes, I'm talking about the West, right? I'm not talking about later on how these titles came about, the West Indians and, you know, all this other stuff where later on we traveled and settled in these places, right? But civilization began in the West that we called America. It began here in the West. We've been here, over here in this country. This is our land. This is a blessed land and a holy land. So, I'm starting to see a lot of people, right, on social media, especially on this social media, all the major platforms, right, and especially YouTube is using my information. Everybody's running it up. Everybody's running the views up. Everybody's running the shares up. Everybody's running the like up. And I'm cool with it because the information got out. But the information started with me first. It started with me first, right? And then it spread it because a lot of people didn't understand where I was coming from. And now people starting to understand that this is our lands and it been our lands. And then I broke it down from a spiritual point of view. In order to understand a lot of things that I'm talking about, you got to have spirituality. Yes, book knowledge, it's a blueprint, but it's not the foundation. The foundation is spirituality to order to understand us on who we are and where we come from and what is our purpose in society, right? And what our purpose in existence, because we wasn't just created for play and sport and amusement like people think that we was created for, right? We was created to keep justice and balance upon the earth, in the earth, outside the earth, and beyond, right? So this is an actual true fact, which is really, really important for us to understand, right? Now I'm about to get into my topic. The more melanin that you have, the greater is your responsibility. The more melanin that you have, the greater is your responsibility. That does not negate individuals that have lesser melanin. They don't have responsibility. The greater your melanin, the greater is your responsibility. Meaning, the more melanin that you have in your skin, right, the greater is your responsibility. And why is that? Why, why is that? Because everything in existence has melanin. Everything in existence has copper, right? Everything in existence have these certain elements, right? Some we know and some that we don't know, right? We are still discovering certain elements that exist, and we just not have reached that plateau yet. The more melanin you have, the greater is your responsibility as a human being, right? As a race, as a society. And I want you to understand that. I want you to research it, and I want you to look into yourself and find out who you are, right? Now, like I said, we wasn't created for amusement and play and fun like a toy. No, we have responsibilities to do to the universe. We have responsibilities to do to the earth. We have responsibility to do to the sun. We have responsibilities to do to the animals. We have responsibilities to do to the stars. We have responsibilities to do to the angels. We have a responsibility to do to the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. And this is why he duplicated himself and created us, right? He took a piece of his everlasting life, which has no beginning and end, and then he created us, we have no beginning and end, meaning our spirit comes from him. Comes from him. So we are him and he is us, but with limitations. All we gotta tell you there is limitations, right? Because when we had this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, knowing that we are the Alpha Omega and the Alpha Omega with us, and that he blesses with certain powers and abilities, right, and talents, we used it basically to do what? To try to dethrone the Alpha Omega, to create in everything in existence. A portion of us, not all of us, a portion of us try to use it. This is why I said we are the creator and the creator is us, but with limitation. We have limitations. We have limitation because the earth is what? Has a beginning and end. The earth has a beginning and end, right? And we have a beginning and physically, but spiritually, there's no end. We cannot be destroyed because we are the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega is us. And he told everything in creation to bow down to us, and everything in creation bowed down to us except this entity, right? This is an actually true fact. We are the hand of the Alpha Omega to keeping things balanced and just. This is why we was created. This is why we was created, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world. Is to keep justice and balance upon the earth, to go in the earth, outside of the earth, to take care of everything. When the earth needs help, when the earth needs caretakers, this is why we was created. This is why this skin is melanin is in every living thing that we know. It is. It is. The more you have, the more greater responsibility that you have. Let me tell you something. See, they don't teach you this. We used to go beyond the zones of the heavens. You used to take care of the sun. We used to take care of the sun, the moon, and stars, and the galaxy. I want you to understand this. I know that this is new information and that you can't understand this and where this information is at. I need to see black and white. This is in spirituality. This is why I said this is a big, big campaign to understand your spirituality, to understand your foundation, to understand your existence on who you are, brothers and sisters. We have to break the chains of the psychological slavery that's upon us, that was put there by society, right? And those that's supposed to be in charge, and also is put upon us. That's why it's a big campaign to rise up above this materialistic world as things progress spiritually. And if you don't do that, the earth itself and everything in existence is going to call out to be taken care of, because we're supposed to be the caretakers of the universe and everything in existence besides the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. And this is why a lot of things are taking place and that we cannot understand. It's from a spiritual point of view. And the reason why is this is because we are the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega is us, but with limitation. What limitation? And this is really, really important that I get this information out. I also want to touch on this book that I have for a little while. I've been reading the book, and before I get into show you the book, right? This book gives you a little bit of identity of who we are, right? But the book gives off different civilization that we are not. We are not. I want you to understand this, brothers and sisters, right? When you buy this book and you get this book, I want you to understand our titles over here in the West, right, that we call America, is called the Uply God Right Ones. We are the indigenous people of the earth. We are the indigenous people of America. I want you to understand this, right? And we've been here when the actually, right, land was a big mass unified all together before it was split, right, and separated, which is the second coming of civilization of mankind. I'm starting to see a lot of things that makes no sense to me, and a lot of things is racism. Now, do we have in our civilization the indigenous people, right, and certain people that practice racism? Yes. Yes, you do. Now, they only practice this because, other civilizations is doing what they do. So this is a shout out to your guys, right? We're not here to practice racism. We're not here to fight. We are not here to kill. We are not here to do anything. We here is, right, to uplead God right ones, and we here to bring knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to everything that's uncivilized, and also to keep balance and justice upon the earth, in the earth and outside the earth. If we have to fight, we going to fight. I'm telling you straight up like that. We're not going to back down from you. We're not going to hold no bars, because the Creator says in scriptures, if he does not check a civilization with another civilization, meaning there will be much chaos, much confusion, right, and much mystery throughout the land. So he empowers, right, certain civilization with certain things, right, to check other civilizations. This is an actual true fact. But I want you to understand that we have to break the mental and the psychological chains and slavery that is upon our mind, body, and soul. We have to eradicate this, because it's been indoctrinated years upon years, years upon years upon us. Now I understand that these terminologies that we call each other Negroes, we call each other black, and I don't like to use these offensive names, niggers and African American and African, that we came from Africa. All of these terms are beneath us. All of these attributes of who we are beneath us. It really is. This is not our title. We are called the Uply God Right Ones, and we are the descendants of the ancient ancestors. This is true, man. I need for you to understand this. I need for you to take this information and share it with your family, with your friends, and your loved ones. Right? Now, this is just a rough draft of the identity on who we are. This is this book I'm about to show you, this is the second coming of us. Through scriptures, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is the second coming of us, which spread it out. But the original of us, the foundation of us, are the West. That we was never Moors, we was never Egyptian, we was never Muslims, we was never any of these titles. Do you understand that? And if these titles came later on, we already was all of those titles. These titles came from us, right? Because we uphold the oneness and we never associate partners with them. We always knew that there was one creator and that we came from the creator, and this is what we practice, and this is what we preach, and this is what we ate with, and this is what we vibe with, and this was our square and our circle. This is an actual true fact, and this is why I'm getting this information out. You see a lot of people that's on YouTube now and on these major platforms is saying the same thing that I'm saying. These guys are actually, and women are getting thousands and thousands of views. They're getting 84,000 views. They're getting 50,000 views just off the information that I'm getting out. Right? So I understand that the information is getting out, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm not getting thousands and thousands of views with each video that I'm uploading and each video that I'm sharing with you, because this knowledge that I'm giving you is really important knowledge, and it's free knowledge, and it's going to be free, right? I'm not charging anybody, because this knowledge is blessed upon me, and I have to bless it upon you, which is really, really important for our growth and development, right? So you have to understand this book I'm about to show you. It gives a little detail on who we are. These titles that came about, it came after. We didn't have no scriptures. We used to talk to the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing, telepathically. And telekinesis was the tool and the blessings and the gift that he gave each and every one of us of this bloodline to use to actually pick up objects that was really, really heavy. This is an actual true fact. And this is why we taught the Egyptians, and we taught all of them how to use the telekinesis, how to tap into it, how to tap into the creator. You understand that? That's the second coming. That is the second coming. But we've always been in this land, in the West, the West, the West. We've always been here. We never left. Do we have invaders and intruders here in our land? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Any individuals that's not part of our civilization and settled here and took over our lands, which is holy and blessed, are invaders and intruders, and they don't supposed to be here. They're supposed to be in their civilization. You're supposed to come here to visit, to gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And our actual studies, right? And our temples and our schools are in the earth, It never was displayed on top of the earth because we wanted to hide, right, most of our gifts and our identity. We didn't want to display that. The creator hides himself from mankind. Do you understand that? He physically hides himself from mankind. You cannot get to him. So we kept that same practice and that same tradition on protecting the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. Do you understand that? We uphold that oneness and recognize his glory. So, I'm going to share this with you. All right? Look at the book. This is the book. Hidden Identity of Black in the Bible. Right? I recommend that you guys get this book, but it's not all of the information in there, right? It's going to tell you this is the second coming. This is dealing with the scriptures that came down from the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing. It really doesn't go all the way date back just before scriptures. It doesn't really give you a detailed information and guidance on who we are. In order to get this information, you have to be spiritually inclined, and you have to be here for a very, 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 very long time, or you have to be around your scholars or your elders that would teach you this, right? And through our experience, you gain the knowledge and you gain the experience, right? And the words that he's teaching you and studying with you, with your experience, that's when you start to put the words into the practice and experience, you know? So I'm looking at this as a different way and guide, and I just recommend you guys to go get that book. Go get a book. But that is not the foundation, the blueprint on who we are, right? A lot of this stuff is the second coming. It's the second coming of our civilizations. And a lot of this has to do with Africa. We're not African. Do you understand that? We're not African. So a lot of these things has to do with Africa. Are we above certain civilization? Yes. I'm going to keep it real with you. With knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because we was blessed with different gifts and different jobs and different abilities. We all have different gifts and jobs and abilities, of course. But the first civilization in existence was the West, It was the West. Brothers and sisters, this is why our vibes are different from all different type of civilizations. This is why our vibes and our energy and our gifts and our ability is different from everybody. You know? And this is why we must get in tune on who we are. I want you to basically, right, to Take the chains off your mind. Take the chains off your eyes. Take the chains off your hearing. Take the chains off your soul. Take the chains off your shackles. Take them off your hands. Take them off everywhere and place them somewhere else. Place them and throw them somewhere else. Destroy them. And come over here, get this fruit of knowledge that is here for your growth and development. Like I said, the more melanin that you have, the greater is your responsibility towards everything in existence. We have a big job. We always had a big job. And we failed in our job as civilization, as a people. And I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. Right? Because this is really, really important for you and I to understand. This is really, really important, brother and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, prince and princess all around the world. I'm not holding back no falsehood. I want you to get the information out. I want you to spread this information. The more melanin that you have, the greater is your responsibility towards everything in existence. I don't care if it's chaos going on. I don't care if it's confusion going on. You have a job to do. Not just only a job to do with your family, your loved ones, in your community, society. You have a job to do towards the Creator. You have the job to do towards animals. You have the job to do towards any and everything that has life. And bringing people out of dumb, deaf, and blind and bringing them into knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is our job. And to worship in the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. This is a big task. To bring knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and then physically make sure that the earth is justice and is balanced. This is why we had the ability to fly in and out, to transform our spirits in and out our body freely. So we can take care of the universe, so we can take care of things, right? In the heavens, right? And on earth and everything in between. This is for real. This was our job. We've been space traveling. We've been doing that. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. So I want you to understand who you are. And these faculties and abilities was given to us to maintain life as we know it, which has a beginning and end in this realm, We are not from this realm. We from up there. I'm telling you, we from a different realm. Right? Which has a beginning, but it has no end. Which has a beginning, but it has no end. We from up there. That's where we from. It's an actual true fact. And I want you to understand that. Right? So, like I said again, I recommend that you get this book right here. This could be a rough draft just for your studies for right now. So just bringing a little knowledge to you. But not all things in here is correct. Do you understand that? Not all things in this book is correct. Right? I correct a lot of this stuff. And one of the major things that I'm going to tell you that is correct is that these terms, African, American, and black, and Negroes, all of these other things, these titles are beneath us, beloved. We are called the Uply God Right Ones. That is our title. We are called the Uply God Right Ones. And I want you to understand that from a point of view, from a spiritual point of view, right? You are him, right? You are him. That's right. Meaning that you are the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega is you, but with limitation. With limitation. And you are her. You are the queen. So we need to start acting like it. That's all. Get down with your spirituality, and I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing morning. Thank you so much. Peace, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.